Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today's video I wanted to talk about wardrobe clear outs because I know they can be really tempting around this time of year. We're told to spring clean our wardrobes and, you know, get rid of stuff that's not sparking joy and whatever. But I wanted to discuss how challenging and how actually damaging they can be and what to do instead, because there are a lot of things you could do instead and a lot of things to even help the process if you still want to do a wardrobe clean out. So let's just get into it. Okay, first I'm going to make my case as to why you shouldn't do a wardrobe clean out, and I'm going to be a little hypocritical here because it wasn't long ago that I did a massive wardrobe clean out on this channel, just as I was starting my new journey towards revamping my wardrobe, and I decided a clear out was the first step. But since then, I have come to the conclusion that I won't do a wardrobe clear out in the same way ever again. And there's a couple of reasons for this. One is that it's entirely dependent on how you're feeling on the day. And I think this is kind of dangerous, to be honest. Because if you're in a bad mood, you might throw out something that you actually really like, but you're just not feeling that day. Or like if you're tired and you just want to get it over with, like I was at the end of that video, I kind of stopped caring a little bit about what I was throwing away and just wanted to get the task done, put everything back in my wardrobe. It's also kind of dependent on what's been happening in your life. Like if you're going through a period where you're not really going out much, you haven't maybe seen your friends, or I don't know, maybe you're seeing your friends more, you might use that to determine what you're throwing away and what you're keeping, and it might just not be representative of your actual everyday life. It's just based on like a really concentrated period of time that you've just been through. So you're really trusting yourself on that day, and I don't know if it's just me, but I don't trust myself on any given day. I prefer to have some facts and statistics to back me up, which we'll get into. But another really good reason to not do a massive wardrobe clear out is because capitalism. Because brands want you to be throwing stuff out. Like, we're marketed as spring being spring cleaning time, like a time to refresh your space, refresh your wardrobe, throw stuff out that you're not liking and buy new things. And it's just so subconscious in all of our media surrounding us. So like there's always, a girl going through a tumultuous time in a rom-com and she decides to spring clean her entire flat and wardrobe. I just think we're constantly told that this is a really great thing to do, and brands don't care about your mental well-being or, whether something is actually good for you. They care that you're shopping. So I wouldn't trust them when it comes to being told we need to spring clean, is what I'm saying, I guess. My third and final reason, and arguably the biggest, is that the clothes we throw away or even donate end up in landfill. Like, it seems the fashion industry can't agree on specific statistics, but some reckon that as high as 85% of the clothing we give to charity stores gets put into landfill or gets put into the global secondhand clothing trade, and a massive percentage of that goes straight into landfill because the global south is inundated with our clothing and it cannot handle the amount that we're giving to them through charitable donations. It's a slippery slope when we're constantly feeling the urge to clear out our wardrobes and start again, or like throw away clothes that we're not 100% sure on. It can feel like just a small thing, but actually it's having massive implications across the world, and we want to be really sure that those clothes are not working for us any longer and that then they're going to the best home they can be. That being said, I know that sometimes we do need to spring clean. We do need to, well, I shouldn't say spring clean, but we do need to throw away our clothes, or I shouldn't say throw away our clothes. We do need to pass our clothes on to somewhere else, continue them in the cycle, sure, but not in our own wardrobes. Maybe we're not wearing them enough. Maybe we've outgrown them. Whatever your reason, I do know there are sometimes reasons to do a sort of, I don't want to say mass exodus of our wardrobes, but throw away a good amount of pieces at a time. So if you do need to do that, I have a few handy tips to help you make sure this is exactly what you want to be doing and to do it in the best way possible. So let's get into them. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert here. This is based on tracking, because if you do not have data to back up what you're wearing and what you actually need to throw away, then you're just going to go back to that first issue that I came to of it's so dependent on the day you're throwing it away. So by tracking, you can remove that kind of feeling element and just use your head and just use the facts when it comes to whether you should throw something away or not. My first tip is exactly that. Track what you're wearing on a day-to-day basis for a specific amount of time, a time long enough that you kind of get every season, every occasion in your day-to-day life, and then use those facts to determine what you're actually not wearing. Not what you think you're not wearing, but what you're actually not wearing. So you can do this literally via a spreadsheet if that's your go-to. You can do it via an app. You can use the wearing app I use. You can take outfit selfies every day if you want to. You can literally do that wardrobe hanger trick, that you can do it physically as well if you don't want to be like digitally documenting what you're doing. But it will just help you, like it will just be so easy and clear to see what you're wearing. Like I said, do this over a considerable amount of time to make sure you're hitting all of the different variations in your life. So like say you stay in for a whole week because you're ill, and you use that time period to track what you're wearing, it's not going to be representative. I would split your wardrobe into spring, summer, and autumn, winter, which I do anyway. It makes so much sense and you have so much more space in your wardrobe. So you need to pick a time that kind of goes through temperatures and weathers and also occasions in your life, and make sure it's representative. So then when you come to look at the statistics, you have an accurate idea. And that means also that you're not doing one massive spring clean in a year. You can do two smaller ones, and it will also just be a lot less for you to deal with on the day. The other thing I think you can do is understand your shopping habits and your urges to throw stuff away, and document this too so you have statistical data. And then I think what you can do with that is look and see if there's a bigger issue at play. So for example, if you track the clothes you purchase and the clothes you throw away, you can kind of get the data about what your impact is on the environment for one, but also, you know, your wallet and what you're spending and what you're throwing away and why you might be throwing this away. So say you're constantly buying tops, for example, and you're throwing them away at the same rate you're buying. So literally like a 2 tops purchased, 2 tops thrown away method. You can see underlying issues with your shopping habits and how that might need to change. So if you're constantly throwing away tops at the same rate you're purchasing them, maybe you're not buying the right tops for you. Maybe they're not the right color, maybe they're not the right size, maybe they're not the right style. And you can do something with that because you have the data to see these patterns. It's there on the screen or however you're documenting it for you to see and interpret. Maybe you need to pay more attention to what you're buying. Maybe you need to go see a personal stylist to see if they can help you with what you're buying and help you find things that you actually like. Obviously, these are just 2 solutions to something that I think could have many different solutions. So I'll pop some resources below when I'm, editing this video, and I probably find stuff that I haven't mentioned, which always seems to happen. If you have any tips, please pop them in the comments for, the community, and we can all help each other. We can all help each other stop throwing away clothes at this rate, because it's insane. There's some statistics like globally 1.92 million tons of textile waste is produced every year. That's 1 rubbish truck's worth of clothing put into landfill every second. And this problem is growing. Our rate of overconsumption is growing. So we really need to do something about it now. And this is a really good individual step we can take to make a difference. Sometimes it can seem like what we do doesn't matter, but this matters. How you treat your clothes in your wardrobe matters. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you like this video. I can do some more videos like it if it was useful to you. But otherwise, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you really soon. Bye.